injuries. All kinds of stuff's gone wrong with this guy, and he's been very injury prone, and that doesn't bode well when you're fighting a puncher. And a lot of people think he's on old legs, and I'm one of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't think he's what he was. But we'll see. Maybe he comes through like a champ. Who knows? I'll tell you
So
what.
are you gonna go?
His gym stablemate training the same trainer, Maklebev. He didn't look too good, did he?
No, he didn't. But he's not Beterbiev. He's not even close. Not even
No,
a
no,
same
no,
slow
no. I
system.
know, but he was a total fraud.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I couldn't believe it. He had a G Caballero looking like he was the second coming of Ike Biabucci. He was chopping that body
No,
up.
no. He had to say no. He had him the second coming of fucking Sugar Ray Robinson, for Christ's sake. Oh my god! Oh my god! It was
He looks so
terrible.
bad
It's
against
pathetic.
Caballero. I want to see Caballero fight for the winner of Undisputed next. That's how bad it was.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. But no, like I think Callum Smith. I don't know. Like I just think Beterbiev is gonna be too physically strong for him. I don't see it. I think Beterbiev lives that life of a fighter, and even if he has had his problems, I don't see
Well,
Callum Smith being the guy.
that's conventional wisdom, and I
Yeah.
can see that. But also, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets knocked the fuck out too.
Yeah, he has been dropping me. I remember when Callum Johnson put him out or put him down.
Put
At
him
least.
down. Put him
Yeah,
down. Yeah,
put him
yeah.
down.
That was in round 2, I believe, and then round 4, Callum Johnson was out. So who
Yeah.
knows?
So who knows? Should be a good fight when it does happen, and then
You got 6 more minutes. Come on now.
all right. Bivol has already signed as part of the contract. If Beterbiev beats Smith, then that's the next fight to make. Who are you favoring in that fight?
I like the younger, fresher guy with the better foot speed, and that is Bivol. But I'm not saying that. Listen, Bivol. What's his name? Fakasa. What's his name? The nail there knocked him out. 5 years ago already?
Positive, yep.
He's got such crunching power. He can change things with one punch. So who knows? But I like the guy with the better ring IQ and the better foot movement and stuff, and that's definitely Bivol. But I thought Bivol did not look good at his last fight over in Saudi Arabia. He didn't look good at all.
He has this way about him, Bivol, where like I don't think any fighter on the pound for pound list, and I talked about this earlier in my last live earlier today. He has this thing about him where he fights guys that are like nobody on the pound for pound list carries average opposition like Bivol. Like because it was the same thing with Salamov, it was the same thing with Arthur, and he's had a lot of fights like that in his career.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. The last fight I guess I'll ask you about, Rick, and then we'll get up on out of here is the Top Rank card. It's going to be in your neighborhood, your area, I believe, right? The Turning Stone Casino. I don't know how far that is from you, but March 2nd, Raymond Ford, Orbek Komatov, and then Rhea Abe versus Venado Lopez, 2 featherweight title fights. What you making of it?
Well, that's a good, fun night of boxing in Central New York.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense. It's big for that casino. Now, if you try to put those fights in a casino like in Vegas or like Madison Square Garden, you're not going to get a lot of people for it. But in Central New York, that's a big deal, and then they'll draw a lot of people for that show. They should draw a lot of people if they market it properly and stuff like that. 2 world title fights in Central New York. When was the last time we had a world title fight in that part of the country? Not in a long, long time that I can remember. I think Mark Too Sharp Johnson, 20 some years ago.
How far is that from you, Verona?
About 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Okay. Will you be at that fight or no?
Depends. I don't know. It depends if it depends on the weather. It depends if Golden Boy's got a show that same time period. Who knows? Depends on scheduling conflicts.
Okay. Fair enough. This is actually the last thing I'll ask you about because I'm getting badgered about it, but they want to know what are your thoughts of Abdul Wahid?
You mean the name?
Yeah, I guess.
Well,
the name.
I just. He branded himself as Javante Tank Davis, and now he comes out with this Abdul Wahid. And that to me is not a good marketing name for marketing purposes when everybody already knows him as the other guy. Now, if nobody knew him as Gervonta Davis, then I wouldn't have a problem with it. But everybody knows him as that, number one. Number two is that if he joined the Muslim, uh, you know, if he joined the Muslim religion because he's been in trouble and he's trying to find himself, I like the idea. Just like if you told me he was going to get married and she was a good woman and he was going to settle down, I like the idea. But I don't. He's such a wild man like Broner is. I just don't trust. I don't mean distrust compared, but I don't have confidence in him straightening out and flying straight.
I got you. I got you. Okay, we'll definitely see how it all goes for the fighter now known as Abdul Wahid. But Rick, I'm gonna let you go. We're gonna wrap it up. But is there any final message you want to give to the boxing world about just anything you got going on, anything coming to boxing, just anything?
Yeah, if you pass away and you're a bad guy, I'm gonna let everybody know you're a bad guy, whether you're dead or not. If you're a bad guy in real life while you're living, you're a bad guy while you're dead.
And you're gonna keep that same energy regardless.
Absolutely. Why not? And if people say, "Well, it's going to come back tenfold when you die," okay, fine.
You're okay with those consequences. You're okay with that. If people start celebrating when you die.
I am what I am, and I wouldn't change a thing. I mean, listen, would I like to be 6'4" and 240 instead of 5'8" and a half and 240? Yeah, but I'm not. You know what I mean? But as far as how I am and stuff, my personality, my disposition, my state of mind, I'm a happy camper. People say I'm a bitter old man and all this kind of bullshit. First of all, I'm not bitter. I'm very happy what I am, who I am, what I do, and there's no bitterness to me whatsoever. So whoever thinks that, they're sick bastards.
Would the word cold-blooded be a better word?
Well, yeah, that's what I was when I was years ago. That's what people called me, cold-blooded. And then I got married and sort of got soft, a little soft, but I still got that edge to me. You know what I mean? Yeah, I am cold-blooded. I admit that.
Like cold-blooded, like the old Rick James song.
Yeah. Well, listen. One time a guy died, and I didn't like the guy. He says, "I should do me a favor, call around, make sure." I once went to a wake. Like a guy I hated the guy. I once went to the wake. The guy comes up to me. This guy comes up to me, Lenny. Hey, Rick. Hey, Lenny, how you doing? Rick, I didn't know you were friends with him. But with him, I says I wasn't. I just want to make sure the cockroach is really dead.
Damn. You cold-blooded, yeah. Real, Rick. You're really cold-blooded.
Listen. I am what I am. I don't hide it. No, I don't hide it.
At least you're authentic and you stay true to yourself. But
I used to go out with this girl years ago, and she used to like to go all these teary-eyed movies, and she goes, "How come you're not crying?" I said, "Because I'm watching you cry. You're doing it all for me."
Or it's like that one story where you said, well, I think there was a girl who was like a whore, and you were like, "Yeah, that's why I'm here."
Yeah, she said, "What about my reputation?" I said, "That's why I'm here." So I mean, it just people get a little carried away and all this kind of stuff. Oh, he was a nice guy. No, he wasn't a nice guy. Tell the truth. Shut up, will you? It's so phony, and I just keep it real. People say, "Well, what happens if people talk about you?" Like, says, "Well, then so let them. If it's the truth, so be it." That's all I can say. Just don't make up stories on the internet that I'm 88 years old and all this kind of shit. And I live with my mother in the basement. Well, I'm 88. How do I live with my mother in the basement? My mother hasn't been. If you add 18 years to that, with my mother would be 106. Come on.
And that certainly ain't the case. So.
No,
it is what it is. But look, love him or hate him, you're gonna listen to him. Rick Glaser, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me. Bye now.